What's up, clubbers? Welcome to the XTRA Pod, your source for stories from the passionate, magnanimous, and victorious clubbers. I'm Nix, your host. So, it's a new year, new sem, new season, and we are back, baby! We are back here in 𝗙𝗰𝗲, in 𝗙𝗁𝗁𝗲, at the 𝗙𝗁𝗲 just right behind me, and we are back here in UP for face-to-face learning, the first time in nearly 3 years. It's an exciting time. The university is bustling with life again, and we couldn't start on a better foot here in the pod. So we thought, what's a better way to start a new season of the XTRA Pod than by asking our fellow clubbers, kumusta ang balik UP nyo? Kumusta ang homecoming nyo dito sa UP? Let's meet our guests. Alright, so we have a full table here today in our episode. So first off, from the 19s, we have a BS Civil Engineering Senior and the Director for Applicant Development. Let's welcome Lance Yu.
Hello, sir. I'm good.
Oh, diba? Tama. Tapos next from the 20s, we have an Industrial Engineering Junior. She is the Director for Applicant Data and Evaluations and Engineering Week overall co-head. Let's all welcome Juju Beltran. Juju, how are you?
I don't know. Joke lang. I'm okay, I think.
Felt. And lastly, from the 22s, the first ever 22s on the XTRA Pod, a newly minted clubber. She is the branding head for recruitment and org partnerships head. Let's all welcome Stefi Henson. Stefi, how are you?
I'm coping. I'm okay.
Okay, so let's get straight into this episode. No? So first, I'd like to ask, kumusta ang first 4 weeks nyo of face-to-face? Or, well, first 3 weeks, really. Anong feeling nyo of being fully back in UP? So let's start with, in order of seniority. With first. Ako na unang nagsalita eh. Well, let's start with Lance. So, what's it like to be back in UP?
It's fun. I'm coping.
Gaya.
As Steffi said, I'm coping. Surprisingly, I only have one face-to-face class talaga. Like on Mondays lang. Well, maybe 2, but like that's very rare.
Oh.
So like I don't really spend a lot of time in UP. But I've been in UP for org events and stuff. So the past 3 weeks, I've been in UP almost every single day. It's been fun. I missed it. But also, I'm so tired. The amount of walking you have to do, I can't.
Eh, hindi ka ba nasanay from like back in the day, palagi tayo naglalakad?
It's been 3 years since I've been since we walked this much. And okay, I don't wanna be out of touch. Pero nung fresh year ko I ride in a car.
Nako.
Okay, no, not everywhere. I still walk. But
Tawag
not
sa A2.
Definitely not sa A2. Wag nyo i-Freedom Mall, please. But like, I drove a lot in my fresh year, so I didn't drive. I didn't walk as much. But like, I'm walking more now. So
He's
struggling.
being in touch now.
Yes.
He's being
Touch grass. I'm touching grass.
Tama. Oo, okay. Tapos, ikaw naman, Juju. So, tayong mga juniors, no?
What?
And we had kind of limited face-to-face sessions last semester. So, limited lab, limited exam. So, how much has the energy changed in UP since face-to-face classes have fully returned? Fully-ish.
Parang very deceiving yung partial lang last sem eh. Parang patikim lang, gano'n. Parang ngayon, with the whole thing, tama na. Nakakapagod na. Parang I share the sentiment din with Lance na parang the amount of walking, especially on Thursdays for me, because I have like 3 face-to-face classes from 7 a.m. to 11:30. Tapos parang first class ko sa Econ. Punta akong EEE. Tapos pumunta akong IEME.
Ang layo ng nilalakad mo lahat.
Nilalakad ko lang with no breaks in between. So parang alay lakad talaga kami ni Mark Yu kasi classmate ko siya sa lahat. Shout out, by the way.
Tapos ang late pa ng hakbang mo.
Wait, ano yung shortest gap like in terms of time sa mga lakad mo? Like between subjects?
Approximately like 10 to 15 minutes yung walk time.
Basic.
Basic.
Pero hindi, yung sa may AS kasi, paakyat siya, di ba?
Okay.
So parang pagpagod na po, tapos may bag ka pa. Yun yung bag. Like, yun yung isa mga things na naninibago ako. Kasi parang, syempre, nung online, wala naman tayong
Bag.
bag. Kaupo lang tayo. Tapos ngayon, maglalakad ka na nga, may bit-bit ka pa. Parang, mas lumiit yan ako lang. Tama na.
Niliit ka pa pala.
Tama na. Ayun. Ano may sabi?
Ang panawagan natin is ligtas na balik on bench. No, you didn't hear that from me. Okay, so lastly, Stefi. So, kumusta first sembo of face-to-face as a freshie? in
Like
UP?
what both of them said, nakakapagod because you walk everywhere and it's been nothing but walking. Feel ko na lucky lang ako because I found people with cars. So nakikisama lang din ako with them.
Out of touch.
No,
Tips.
I'm not the one with the car, okay? I'm being resourceful. But ayun nga, there's a lot of walking. And it's so hot. It's so hot. Di ba pag online, you're just in the house, may fan ka. Tapos ngayon ang init, especially sa ICE.
Nako!
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Okay.
Oh
Akin
my-
na naman.
I see daw.
We'll admit, I don't know why kasi, like, they have guidelines that we can turn on the aircon. But if you want to turn on the aircon, you have to open the windows, which for me doesn't make sense. We're just wasting electricity. But okay,
Exactly.
I am not the IE department, the CE department.
Uy, masyado mo atang inaarap pagiging IE mo.
Oh,
BS or
diba?
BSIE.
Ramdam mong clubber na-influence kahit hindi IE, di ba?
Fake CE.
Oh, sige. In relation to that, no, so we are 4 weeks in. So, ano so far ang pinaka-memorable experience nyo of coming back here to UP or coming here for the first time in UP? So, like, I'd like to share mine. It can be big or small. Yung favorite moment ko so far is actually very small. So, sa isang major namin, so, yung mga classmates ko puro mga 2020, so di nila naabutan yung face-to-face learning. Tapos, yung prof namin, may hawak na sheets of paper. Tapos yun pala, yung nag-distribute siya, syllabus na physical. Which was like, oh my God, that's such a nice gesture. Tapos, eto, shout out sa director natin for Clubber Feature, si Bon, na nakaupo sa harap ko, nung na-receive niya yung syllabus, tumalikod siya sa akin. Sabi niya, first time kong makahawak ng ganito.
Oh my God.
Siyempre, as a resident matanda, di ba? Like, I felt that. Sige, so let's go first with, in reverse order, with Stefi. Anong memorable experience mo?
Oh my God. I think combination ng like mga first week ng face-to-face classes plus org. Kasi nga, di ba the past few years, everything org or extracurricular related was online. So it felt so, oh my God, na lahat na face-to-face. Like yung sa photo shoot, for recruitment, and a bunch of other stuff. Even in tambs, I played mahjong for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, I played
I
mahjong.
think that's the first
The start
mahjong
of an
count.
addiction,
Yeah, from that moment, I felt so, oh my God, it's actually happening. So I think yun.
Okay. Shot every time mabanggit ang
Mahjong.
Oh no!
Okay, next, Juju. Bawal na mahjong ah.
I started joke lang po. Ano siguro, like, the general influx of people everywhere. Parang, lalo dito sa tambs, like, last sem, parang halos isang table lang nagagamit, ganun, tapos puno pa ng gamit yung kabila. So, parang, very underutilized. Parang hindi nagamit, halatang hindi gamit. So, parang, meron yung isang time, I don't remember when exactly, pero parang umakyat ako, pagbungad ko, parang ang ingay. Tapos parang, puno tong tambs. Tapos parang right after class atin or like before lunch. So parang, uy guys, tara A2. Tapos parang ang dami, like whole flock kayo na pupunta magla-lunch. Tapos parang, bayan na daming tao sa A2. Tapos babalik din lang dito. Parang ang cute. Kasi parang, parang we're back to this setup na parang we eat together, ganon. Parang the sense of community. The IE Club community right there.
Tama.
App for IE Club. Ay,
Next sem.
Next sem. Oo, there's still time. So, ikaw naman, Lance, anong memorable experience mo so far?
The first thing that came to mind was like after class one time. Like, pumunta lang ng tambs. And then like, nakita ko sila Juju. And then parang for some reason, nagutom lang kami bigla. Parang, sige, tara kain. So parang like, after 5 minutes, okay, nasa A2 na kami. Like, we were eating sa Crazy Chicken ba yun? Yeah, Crazy Chicken.
Okay.
And like, I forgot how much I missed that. Well, to be fair, hindi ko super na-experience nung face-to-face. Because like, I was very introverted pa nung first sem ko. So I didn't really have a lot of friends. Pero nung bumalik ng face-to-face, parang, uy, sige, like, tara, kain lang. Okay. And then, ano lang, kumain lang kami.
No complaints.
Yeah, it's very fun. Like those spontaneous like galas, like even if you walk, it's kind of hot, but it's fine. Ganun. Fun.
It's part of the experience.
True. It's very 𝗁cie𝗵𝗲𝗄.
Totoo.
Nag-IE club ka lang, naging extrovert ka na.
Truly. This is why
Grabe,
up for IE club
that's
next sem.
That's true.
But
Sorry,
true though, yeah.
It's the memcom in us.
Oo, for some reason, lahat tong mga
Yeah,
to, mga
memcom,
memcom,
up for
sobrang
IE.
hindi to sadya. Sorry sa lahat ng ibang committee. Hindi to
Slay.
sadya. So, speaking of walking, kasi nababanggit nyo eh. So like, eto yung segue natin to the next segment. Gaano kalayo ang pinakamahabang lakad nyo so far this sem? Yung ano ko, the farthest walk I had, actually I'm cheating kasi nung before pa to ng pandemic, was from yung mini stop sa Maginhawa hanggang Vinson's. Kasi dati may pila ng katip jeep doon sa sa labas ng Vinson's. So I was like, okay, lalakarin ko na lang as a map pride. Di ako nag-ikot. Naglakad ako kasi kaya ko to. Walking distance in UP, di ba? Tapos ayan, napagod ako. So sige, ikaw Juju.
I think yung papuntang good food.
Okay.
Kasi parang hindi ata, parang narinig lang namin, uy, good food, parang bago, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos parang sa amin, hindi ata nila alam kung saan. Sorry, mga freshie po kami in, mga fake kaming juniors. Freshie po kami in mindset. Pero like, wala pa kaming sense of, alam ba yun, location kung saan ang mga bagay-bagay. Pero yun, like, we didn't know where. Tapos sabi nila, malapit lang daw. Tapos parang, galing kaming IEME.
Oh my gosh.
Oo. Buti na lang hapon siya. Like, after class naman, like, 5 p.m. ganun. So, parang malamig-lamig pa sa oval.
Yeah.
Ganun. So, parang lalakad kami. Kasi, nasan ba to? Ba't parang di na tayo nakakarating?
Imagine-
Yun pala, sa may Manglaris
Yeah.
siya.
Yeah.
Ang layo. Pero sabi ko, di sana nag-jeep tayo. Ano ba? Ba't? Eh, parang kakatapos ang ata ng exam nun. So, parang ligwak mo ako. Tapos, naglakad pa kami ng layo-layo. Ang layo pala. Parang ganun. Tapos, ganun pa. Ay, ganun yung pagkain.
Nako,
Oh my gosh. Ganun yung pagkain or ganun yung presyo?
Both?
we're dropping facts here on the XTRA Pod. You heard it
No
here
filters.
first. Oo, no
The walk
filters.
was not worth it. Honestly,
Pagbalik
I'm
mo, gutom ka rin
sorry.
ulit.
Oh, imagine nyo yun kapag tanghali kayo pumunta.
Oh my
Sobrang
God. Tapos
mamamay
kailangan mo
ba?
pang bumalik dito. Oh my God.
Diba? Oh, ikaw naman, Steffi, so far, the farthest walk you had.
For me, I think from math to music, which yeah, kasi yung I have a friend from music. Shout out Denise. Pero we were gonna A2 together. Tapos dapat nag-ikot ako, but it's like every time, like on the way na, umalis na sila. So it's like, okay, yun, I'll just walk. How far is it anyway? Ang layo!
Very far.
The moment I reached music, I'm like, Denise, let's eat now na. So naglakad pa kami to A2. And then, from there, after lunch na, I had to walk all the way back to physics for lab.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Halos buong UP na yun.
Oo. I wanted to ikot din, pero ang puno lahat. So I was like, okay, I'll just walk back. No big deal. So, no big deal. Yung steps ko that day, umabot mga 13K, 15K, something like that. Yeah. A lot of walking.
Alam
The
mo,
freshie tour.
oh, I don't even know what to say.
There was a time din, another time, nung very first face-to-face ko, 𝗙cie to Melchor. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Kasi kami
I
rin
see
ni-
kasi sobrang like
Yeah.
corner of the campus.
Yeah.
So
Oo.
hidden, yeah.
Yeah. Kasi kami ni Uwi din. Shout out Uwi. We had to go to Melchor for the booth. Yeah.
Oh, that
And-
was
yeah, and we didn't know na may, or like, di naman ikot, but there are jeeps
Yeah.
that pass there. We didn't see any. So we walked back here, and then we walked back to 𝗙cie. It was so hot. Oh my God. Pero, okay lang din. It's my workout for
the whole year.
for the whole year.
Sige, ikaw naman, Lance, so far, adjusting back to the walking spree.
Nahiya ako kasi parang
Ano?
hindi super...
Takes
Okay.
the
No,
car.
wait. Okay. I have two answers slide. So one answer is, okay, so my PE kasi is walking for fitness. So I'm counting this as like a walk because it's for school.
Cheating.
No. Every week we have to walk like a minimum of 10 kilometers to 24 kilometers. And you can only do that in max 2 to 3 workouts per week. The first 2 was like this past week lang. Since online lang lahat, I didn't go to UP. So I just did it at home, treadmill lang. But that was like what? 1.5 kilometers per. So I had 5 kilometers to go. So I did that like last Monday lang. So I walked 6.5 kilometers total. But that's for school. But that's not within UP. So for my answer within UP, IE to 𝗙𝗁𝗲. Joke lang. Di naman. No, joke lang. No, don't cancel me. I did walk from A2 to Palma before, but that's not like super far.
So near.
Yeah.
Kasi may fresh,
No.
lang.
To be fair, let's say, okay, my fresh year, I had classes in physics, math, and ICE. I'd park in math, and then I'd walk to physics, and then back to math, and then to ICE, and then back to math. It's not that far of a walk, kasi. Like all my classes. And I'm blaming this on the ICE curriculum in general. No.
Excuses.
Lahat ng subjects, generally, within the same area. So it's not that far of a walk. Okay?
But,
Walang but. Like, yun talaga. It's not that far of a walk. So I haven't walked as far as you guys have.
Okay.
good for you, I
Okay.
Car
guess.
user.
I have to go. Thank you so much.
Car user.
Wala, canceled na si Lance Yu. Starting today. So yun.
I had a hard time thinking of an answer kasi parang ang layo doon sa inyo. So ako parang,
Pero may alam ako pag outside UP.
well, that's like, ano?
Yung naglakad ka dun sa Katip.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for a mixer, oh my gosh, okay. So we had a party. Ay, inuman ata yun.
Oh.
Sa pop-up.
Okay.
I went there early because I wanted to park. Eh, pop-up kasi notorious for really bad parking, especially on a weekday night, like the weekend night, diba? Sabi ko, sige, I went there like 2 o'clock. I'll work sa Katip yun. Like sa UPTC. So I walked to UPTC. From pop-up.
From pop-up
Yes.
to UPTC?
Yes. Okay, I'm not cancelled. Yes.
Nangihina ako.
Masagot ako. From
Why
pop-up to
did
UPTC.
you take the jeep?
I did not find the jeep.
Where?
No, okay, sige. I asked the Juju, sabi daw, may tricycle.
Oh.
I couldn't find the tricycle. Apparently, I went the wrong way. But tumawid na ako. And then when I got to Miriam, I saw a lovely tricycle. I was like, I'm here na. I might as well just walk the whole way.
Grabe, sir.
my God.
Naka-jacket pa ako dun.
Oh
Ang layo
my
niyan.
God.
Yes, I'm not cancelled.
Nabawi.
Scratch my previous answer. Yun yung sagot ko.
Sige, congrats for that. Sige, so next no, medyo seryosong tanong na. So yun, for both of you, so how's the difference so far between face-to-face learning and remote learning? So parang what are the pros and cons? Sa tingin nyo ba mas natututo kayo? Obviously, mas nakakapagod. So ikaw, Juju, what's the difference like?
For me kasi, it's more of parang yung time management. I mean, for both, I guess. Like, it's an issue of time management on my part din. But like, at the same time, now that it's face-to-face, I find that na parang mas mapipilitan kang mag-aral on that assigned time for your class compared sa online na parang, kahit anong oras ako magising, mag-aaral naman ako sa gabi, ganun, kung kailan ako gising.
Yeah.
So, parang I don't have to like wake up for like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. classes because it's not required to go to class or to Zoom class. But now you have to go, because you have to go prepared for most of the time. So, parang the amount of work, mental work, and then the physical work of going to class talaga. Although it's fulfilling, like, damn, I'm really learning. Like, I'm listening to this in person. It's not a recording. I can't pause. I can't times 2 the audio. This is real time. So parang I'm getting to absorb it, but at the same time, like, the rate of absorption of the materials,
It's not giving.
it's not as fast as I would have imagined. Kasi parang, although you're there nga naman to like absorb the materials in person, parang it's still a difficult way na parang wait lang, time out, time first, kasi parang may class ka ngayon, tapos may susunod ka pa na class, tapos parang multiple classes in a day, tapos real time, na parang you can't get to like pace yourself according to how you used to in online.
Yeah.
That's hard. It's catching up to you. Like, slow down. Ganon.
Ikaw naman, Lance.
I think actually, I'm in a unique position now since I do have a lot of online and face-to-face classes. So I get to compare them like, legit side by side. Definitely, I learn a lot more pag face-to-face class. And I don't really have an excuse to skip class. Because like generally, my for CE majors, the profs are very lenient. They always record the lectures and attendance isn't required pag online. So ako, sinulit ko yun. Hindi ako pumasok. But like, okay, I'd still watch the lectures. So, hindi naman ako like bad student. But like, I'd still watch the lectures, but in my own time.
Yeah.
But I also get what Juju's saying with the fact that it's in a way easier to manage your time in face-to-face because you're set with the schedule that you have. Because like my only face-to-face as of now is Mondays 1 to 4 p.m. And like I only work on those like requirements during the time. So parang okay. At least I don't really have to think about that subject anymore. So I save a lot of like mental power like from time management and like I can focus on my other online classes. Because my face-to-face, I just, medyo pabaya. Hindi mo pabaya, but like
Yes.
the schedule inherently like forces you to learn to work on it like during the time kasi.
Oo.
Yun din, like, okay, like, sihit ko lang ulit, like, one struggle for me then, I guess, would be like, in face-to-face, like, sabi ko nga kanina, like, yung sagay ng sabi nila, she like forced to learn there and then, like, sa actual class. But at the same time, kasi, parang if you're in class, like, there's a struggle, like, am I gonna take down notes? Or am I gonna listen?
Oh.
Kasi if I'm gonna listen, then do I have to go back to like the material later on? Or like magte-take down notes na ako? Pero uulitin ko rin lang.
Yeah.
Na parang I'll listen to the recordings ulit. So parang which one is like most effective kumbaga na like I really get to like understand the topic. Which I'm still not sure on, honestly. Kasi at times din na parang pag nandun ka in class, parang pagod ka physically. So parang, antukin kasi ako na person. So, minsan like, lalo pag yung sa 7 to, yung sa 7, like sa third class ko na on that day, on that morning, parang, ganun na, like, hindi ko na siya mapigilan. Tas yung legs ko, they're like cramping up na, like, like yun lang, like there's a struggle of like knowing what to do like on that class and like after class. Kasi no doubt, you're still gonna go over the materials after the actual classes. It's just that, is that very efficient use of your time?
Though I think there's also another struggle of having face-to-face classes with your friends.
Oh.
Because super distracting, admittedly. Like, minsan because like, okay, shout out 𝗙cie and 𝗁cie. Kasi same kami ng like Monday 1 to 4. To be fair, the class is very chill kasi elective lang naman siya. Pero minsan nagdadaldala na lang kami.
Yeah.
So, gosh, it's so hard.
Kami na parang mga classmates ko, parang, may nagigets ba kayo?
Oo,
May nagigets pa
same.
ba kayo?
Dito mo marirealize na walang mute button in real life eh.
Yeah!
Yung
Yeah.
giggling. Wala, tapos naririnig
Off-cam
din lahat.
pa.
Oo.
Parang, like, stop.
Pero sobrang nagre-resonate yun eh, na kapag face-to-face, limited lang talaga sa campus yung academic work mo. Kasi na-realize ko yun, lalo na ngayon na walang face-to-face this past week.
Yeah.
Na pag uwi ko, I don't have to work on ACADS kasi nagagawa ko na lahat dito. This past week, hanggang 11, nag-a-ACADS pa rin ako. So, you can see the difference, diba? So, ikaw naman, Steffi. So, kumusta ang classroom experience mo here in UP? Like, relative to like in high school, ganyan. So, like, did it meet your expectations? Yung mga ganyan.
Very interesting. I'm trying to think about how I compare to high school. I think the main difference, not really classroom, but the overall environment is compared to my high school, all-girls Catholic, it's very limiting. I don't know how to explain.
Once
It's
you
very
have a school like
limiting.
with like a religion kasi it's very
Yeah.
conservative.
Very, very conservative. So, I think it was very refreshing din. Actually, even nung online, nung nag-Phil 40 ako, the lessons and the way the prof teaches, it's less strict or less limiting to my high school. So ayun, I think that was very nice to see because you get different perspectives din.
Yeah.
Especially yun nga, sa Phil 40, nagmura pa yung prof namin in like the lectures.
Sobrang shocking yan, di ba? The first time you hear a prof curse, parang, wait.
I-report ko ba to?
But the thing is like, in the context ng material.
Yeah.
Wow.
Diba?
Unlike in high school, they'd be like, oh, this word. Well, whoa, but in here, they actually say it. I was like, whoa. But I think, I like it overall. Especially yun nga, face-to-face. Like what Juju said. It's very fulfilling din compared to online. Kasi nga, pag online, I'll compare it din sa high school ko because my high school was also online during my junior and senior year. So mga 2.5 years ako online. And it felt very isolating. Ayun nga, you can't go to kunwari area 2 with friends. Mga homeworks, even if you message, it's still different to do physically with people. Like kunwari ES1 din. Like I would work on plates with my classmates, which is way better than I would imagine ES1 online. So something like that. It's definitely
Rest in
better.
peace,
ES1.
Sobrang ano yan eh. That's so true na kapag face to face, sobrang nakaka-clear talaga ng stress kapag magkasama kayo ng friends nyo, pupunta kayo ng area 2. For context, taga-Tripoli ako dati. So, kapag after exams, nakatingin ako sa camera. After exams, pupunta kami ng area 2 just to debrief. Kakain kami. Anong nangyari?
Unload.
Unload.
Guys, okay pa ba tayo?
Kaming magkakaklase nung high school na nasa Triple E, pupunta. Hindi lang area to eh. One time pumunta kami sa gitna ng football field. Hindi pa yun operational. Di ko nga alam kung pwede kami pumunta. Pero may ibang tao doon. So kung mapapagalitan kami, mapapagalitan din sila.
This is support group.
Oo. Nakaupo kami. Kulang na lang sisigaw kami. Pero yun, malalaman ng mga tao na nandun kami. Okay, so from learning, let's go to culture, no? Like UP culture. So like, I'd like to ask, what unwritten rules about being in UP did you have to learn or relearn? So like, yung mga nakikita nyo sa Twitter na mga UP students don't wear their IDs, yung mga di mo kailangang tumayo during recitation or like, di mo kailangang mag-ask for permission para mag-CR, yung mga ganyan. So, ikaw, Steffi, what did you learn? Unwritten rules in UP.
Not to call older people ate or kuya. Oh my God. Because yung very first time, I I was with Lance and then si Ria and Sam. And then I said something like, oh, si Ate Sam. And everyone in the call were like, oh, Ate. The pure disgust in their voices. Na parang, what? Ate? I'm like, what? Kasi yun nga, it's very common. Nasanay na ako to call ate kuya. So, when I learned na you shouldn't say that here, no matter how old, I was like, okay, noted.
Oh. Pero alam nyo, it's possibly just an IE thing or an IE club thing, di ba? Kasi sa Triple E, kinukuya ako.
Really?
Oo, kahapon may nakasalubong ako, kinuya ako. Tapos like, doon ko nalalaman na hindi siya taga-IE. Like kapag if somebody
yun
calls me,
distinction.
yun yung distinction. Kung hindi taga-IE, di magkukuya ganun. Pero ikaw naman, Juju, what did you learn about being in UP? The unwritten rules.
Siguro like just the lax no. I mean, some classes are like pretty strict with attendance and stuff. Pero like kung yung pagpasok mo pretty strict, pero yung paglabas mo parang nagulat ako like yung isang Triple E class ko parang patapos na kasi yung class. Pero yun yung magkasunod yung class namin, yung Triple E to IEM.
Yeah.
So parang maglalakad pa kami. Anong oras na, hindi pa tapos si ma'am. Parang maglalakad pa kami, ma'am, tapusin mo na. Like, mga 10 minutes left.
Oo.
Meron kami isang classmate, parang, akala ko magsi-CR lang. Pero dala niya yung bag niya. Tapos parang, hindi na ba yun babalik? Tapos hindi talaga siya bumalik. So, parang, pwede pala yun. Tapos ko, uy, next time, mamawalis na lang tayo ng maaga para di tayo malis. So, parang sabi ko. Kasi yun, like, nagulat ako doon. Pero at the same time, nagulat din ako na parang some profs are like pretty lenient. Like they end classes early na parang hindi nila sinasagad. Which is pretty rare, lalo nung online. Kasi pag online, parang simot na simot every minute. Ganon.
Wala namang traffic eh.
Oo, wala namang traffic. Parang, ngayon, parang, pwede pala yun. Hindi pala ako mapapagalitan.
Oo. Ikaw naman, Lance, like, pagdadala ng kotse, ganun.
Okay, to be fair, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, pero yung pagdala ng index card. Wala ba sa inyo yun? Like, first day of classes.
Sa simula, oo.
Yeah. Wala, like, it's been a while kasi since like a prof asked us to bring an index card with the names, with ID picture and stuff. But also one thing is, I forgot how to be a student talaga. I had to, no, dude, for the first two face-to-face, so nota, dalawang Monday to, I forgot to bring a ball pen.
Oh my God.
So,
Alam mo, sobrang...
humingi ako kay sir. Hi sir, wala po akong ball pen. Yung first week, kasi mabait prof namin, baka sige okay lang. Tapos the next week, sir, wala po talaga ulit akong ball pen.
Alam mo, ang sobrang basic niyan. Grabe.
Hindi natuto.
Oo.
So it's more of like you're learning what to bring. More of ganun. Like everything you have to bring. Ball pens, paper, index cards, mga ID picture actually. Kasi some of them ask like pretty early on pa lang, you have to bring an ID picture.
Oo. Now, speaking of what to bring, this brings us to our next segment. So, now, like, before we wrap this episode up, we are debuting a new segment called Clubber Questions. So, where you, our beloved listeners, will take the wheel and by submitting your own questions. So, as a fledgling segment, yun nga, di actually alam ng mga tao na may segment ng ganito. We are taking this slow by starting with questions from the XTRA Pod team. And here's what we got. So, short answers lang. You don't have to elaborate. Fast talk, kunyari. So, yun nga, for some reason, puro memcom kayo lahat. So, what does memcom have in store for this semester in terms of face-to-face activities? So, sinong pinaka-senior sa inyo sa hierarchy? Yan ang mga kasagot.
Same kami both.
Oo. So, anong balak nyo this sem?
I think it's more applicable to my end kasi we have the app project na face-to-face. So, the app project is yung apps night that's executed solely by the apps. So, that's gonna be face-to-face. And also bootcamp.
Okay.
Yung seminar that teaches like the IE tools on how to present, like on how to plan projects and
So,
stuff.
face-to-face na yun?
Probably.
Oo.
Probably. Since that's like under me, I'd want that to be face-to-face. I don't know about like app D&E though.
Me, syempre, like, I guess the main thing would be like yung face-to-face standby hours.
Yeah.
Kasi parang before, parang, oh my gosh, 30 hours na sa Discord lang. Parang, ilang oras ka tatambay sa Discord. Sorry, dali lang yun for me. Dali lang yun. Pero like, wow, like face-to-face and meeting like multiple people all at once na hindi kayo nag-overlap sa Discord in conversation na parang, and like, syempre, tambay hours through, prod. 𝗙𝗰𝗲.
Totoo.
Singit lang, 𝗙𝗰𝗲.
Oo.
Apps you can like involve yourself.
If we release this episode tapos di pa tapos ang week, di
This is
natin
your
alam
sign.
this is your sign.
Kung
Tulong
hindi,
tayo.
next year na lang.
Tambay hours din yun. Ikaw, Steffi, anong masasabi mo? Pero tapos na yung
I
info ng
think
di ba?
for rec, mostly yung photo shoot.
Oo.
Na
Pero face-to-face yun.
That's,
Congrats by the way. Face-to-face shoot.
Galing.
Eto, speaking of things to bring, what are your face-to-face essentials? Ikaw, Juju.
Face-to-face essentials.
Oo.
Nawawala yung pamaypay ko. Pero pamaypay.
Oo, okay.
Promise. Ang init kasi, lalo pag naglalakad ka.
Oo. Ikaw,
Pakalimutan mo na yung ballpen paper. Basta may pamaypay ako.
kailangan mo lang naman makinig eh. Di mo naman kailangan ng ballpen.
Exactly.
Ikaw naman, Steffi.
Ako payong, as in, very, very essential.
Oo.
Especially pag sa area 2, lahat nakapayong.
Yeah.
And then it hits you. But like, at least, you're protected from the sun.
Ikaw naman, Lance.
Car.
Kotse.
Joke lang. No.
Cancel.
Towel. Or panyo.
Actually.
Yun talaga. Kasi as a person, sobrang pawisin ko. If you're watching the video, makikita yan, pawisin ako. Pero,
Wag naman i-zoom in.
huwag din zoom in. Okay, joke.
I-edit natin na may na may zoom in.
But panyo and towel. Minsan extra shirt. But like, it gets so bad kasi like, the heat. It's not even like, just like the humidity. It's like yung bilad ng araw kasi. Minsan masakit. So actually payang din. But like, ang bigat kasi ng payang. Ang laki kong tao. So like, I need a big umbrella generally. It's so heavy. Pero yun, panyo.
Okay. So, ngayon, we're winding down to the last stretch of this episode. And yun nga, the first face-to-face episode, grabe talaga, di ba? So, let's start with something unserious. So, yun. What building or spot here in UP na hindi nyo pa napupuntahan? Ang gusto nyong puntahan December? Oh, so ikaw, Steffi, anong building or place?
Ako, inside Palma. Because...
Hindi pa nakapasok?
Same.
Ginagawa pa eh.
Huh?
Like, yung feel ko, baka kami mag face-to-face in Palma. Because they're still like fixing the stuff.
Oo.
Yeah.
Pero kahit sa
I
building
think
lang?
for me, in the inside, mismo,
Ng
like the
classroom.
classrooms.
Okay.
Kasi wala akong GEs this sem. So I've never been inside. I've only been outside to watch the
Oblation.
Oh no!
That's it.
Pero alam nyo, ang sobrang iba ng vibe ng AS
AS.
ngayon. It's AS, not Palma.
Yeah.
Sa mga nakikinig dyan, it's
My bad.
AS.
Freshie moment.
Kasi dati, yung lobby ng AS, sobrang buhay. Like, may mga tao na nakahiga. Yung isang poste doon, unofficial na tambayan ng isang org. May mga placard ng mga mass org doon sa gilid. Ang sobrang buhay. Tapos ngayon, bawal tumambay doon. Which is, mas buhay yung eng. Which is weird. Oo. So, yun. AS. Ikaw naman, Juju.
Same. I haven't
Wala
been
kang-
inside AS because I don't have GEs this. Pero may GEs pa. Doon ako medyo behind in terms of units. So, hopefully,
Oo.
makapasok ako in the next last semesters in UP.
Okay. Ikaw naman, Lance.
I've been to a lot of buildings kasi, pero siguro yung Youth Hub, just because I want to see how bad it really is. No, because I haven't heard good things about it talaga.
Oh, actually. Oo.
So yun siguro.
It's not promising, I guess, from my
At least I won't be walking there. My car naman.
Ang mahal ng gasolina,
Oh my
pre.
gosh.
Ang mahal.
Stop.
Okay. So, eto na yung serious, the question. So, what are you looking forward to this sem as we slowly return to face-to-face learning? What do you want to experience, to see? Ikaw, Lance, as a paalis na.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think like as a graduating student, it's more of, I want to experience like just exploring UP with friends, going to classes with friends, going to eat out with friends. It's more of that talaga. Like, that's what I'm really looking forward to. Sometimes you're cutting class with friends. But don't do that. You did not hear that from me.
Ideal student.
Pero for Eng week, pwede. Pero yeah, like, personally, it's just more of like getting to spend time with friends like before I graduate.
Okay. Ikaw naman, Juju.
Angry.
Oo, tama.
Angry.
Oo, head na yun eh.
Like we put so much work into it, and like it would be very fulfilling no matter what happens. Kasi we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
Right? So like just excited to see everyone doing their own thing in their own events, and like that sense of like IE club, 𝗙cie 𝗶𝗆 But like yeah, that sense of like IE club one. Oneness.
Tama. Oo. Ayan, kita dito eh. Kung kita,
I
di
know.
ko alam kung kita.
Ay, iklab mo nga.
Oo.
Tama.
Sobrang calculated yung sequence nyo dito sa question na ito. Kasi yung last, ikaw, Steffi, what are you looking forward to this sem?
So for me, okay, for context din, I'm very, very introverted. And I'm shy. Oh, I'm shy! So, whoa, wait, my voice. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to, ayun nga, just making more friends, more memories, having a sense of community, and getting the whole college experience. Kasi nga, junior, senior year of high school, I feel like that's also very important to someone's life. And ayun nga, it was just online for me. This first sem ng first year of college was also online. So it's just making the most of what I wasn't able to have for the past 2.5 years.
Okay. Okay, all right, and that's it for our first ever face-to-face episode. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Lahat dito, the team, diba? On behalf of the entire team, I'd like to thank our guests, Lance, Juju, and Steffi, for taking the time off to be with us here today. Alam namin na hindi ito madali. Nag-overtime tayo actually. Hindi nyo makahalata kasi we're going to edit this. Especially being in the thick of Eng Week and the SEM. So, once again, I'm Nix, your host. More episodes are coming your way, so please stay tuned. This has been the XTRA Pod. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And always remember to do the right thing.
Slay.
Yeah!
Slay.